Hello viewers, I need to be quick because this is just a filler lap. This is some footage from the latest SRM race, hour-long race at Monza. It's really just the end of the race because Dave wanted me to talk about it and not just put up stupid little captions on the screen that he couldn't be bothered to read. So, something new, something a little bit different. This is kind of how we're doing things. At the moment, we're just replaying like lap 22, I think. I think we got up to like lap 31's the white flag lap, but you can just see me on the left-hand side of the screen, exiting the pits. This video is about a car, just a battle really, towards the end of the race between myself, which is just going out the pits, and a car that comes out the pits like a lap later. That's a BMW basically. Up until now, the race had gone, I'd qualified quite high, I'd hung on to the back of a pack, way beyond my means basically. I'd done alright with tyres and all that sort of stuff and fuel, but in the middle stint, which was like a 10-lap stint, my granddad excuse, my foot started hurting. I was having a bit of trouble stopping from the real fast stuff. And the start of this video kind of has a little bit of that in as well. I start to struggle, I continue to sort of struggle braking for the heavy stuff, and then I kind of like, when the Beamer that's not that Beamer, that's not the lovely green Kermit Kim Such Beamer, catches me, the adrenaline takes over and I have to kind of like real focus about what I have to do. And it's just like about 8 or so laps of me defending my arse off, basically. So yeah, this is after the second stop. He comes out like quite close to me. His story through the race was early doors he was really involved in a battle with another pack, and we broke away from that pack as a result of the battle he was involved in. But he started to pit, he got out of sequence with the pit, and he just got ahead and he really started to close me down. Make no mistake, this guy is a lot quicker than me. His car is an absolute flipping monster around this circuit, and I don't know if he had new tyres on the last stint, but yeah, he was proper cooking. So I'll try and narrate my way through this with all the driving excuses I can think of. But, yeah, hopefully you can just sit back and enjoy. So here we go. This is the white BMW M4 GT4 chasing that really low pixelated Odyssey Sim Sport Aston Martin. We're going to go on board with Stuart Clark now as he comes into Ascari, much better than me. At this point he's just really closing me down, getting into my area. He's driving a lot quicker and he's just catching me up. I'm still struggling braking a little bit. I'm trying to like trail brake with my left foot and trail brake with my left foot, and do the big brake and stuff with my right foot, and I kind of have to change around a little bit because it's not doing me any favours. So you can see he's big chunk out on the brakes, and yeah, he's really cooking now. So the start of lap 24 now. I can see he's in my mirrors. I am very much driving in my mirrors now. I know he's been catching me. I've accepted he's catching me. Kind of wonder how far. And we're kind of like, this is the initial feels of a battle where both drivers are going, right, how are they going to react really? I first made a mistake. I completely missed that apex looking in my mirrors. He forces me off that apex line. As a result, backed up even further. He's kind of won the first encounter because he knows I'm now looking behind him as we go through the Lesmos. So the Astons are going to be really, really good over the bumps. I'm not really good over the bumps. We might see that into Ascari as he just takes a little look at me and wonders what I'm going to do. Sometimes in iRacing, especially if you're like in the midfield of say this championship, you can kind of force someone into a mistake just by sort of showing it, just by, well, what I did in the Apex really, but sometimes it's a little bit worse and you can get an easy position. He doesn't on this occasion. But now he's starting to drive to my pace. There's not a lot of overspeed other than the toe he's got at the moment. So the start at lap 25, there's so much overspeed for him that he gets fully alongside into braking. I take a defensive line, sort of hold him there really, and he has to sort of manoeuvre around me to try and get whatever he wants out of it. Does drop back a little bit here, but he's going to be all over me like a powerful moss very, very soon. Again, suboptimal entry, not an amazingly good exit, and I just shuffle across here just to say, look, I'm going to defend. He shows again, which is fine. That's going to really cost him because he's apexed too early. He's had to drop back, so yeah, advantage. That's all right. But I mean, we're just keeping him at bay here, really, because at some point this guy is going to pass me because he's much quicker than me. So I think this is lap 25, last corner. Big toe once again on me. It just shows on entrance to the last corner. I think that makes a mistake from me. I go a little bit wide. I have to correct. I think now this is probably the strongest chance he's got because he's fully alongside me. I can see him in my VR. He's very much in my VR at this point, and when he gets in the top gear, we're going to have a real problem. So this will be the start of lap number 26. About now, Philip Hopley's coming out the pits. I can see. So he's on the inside, I'm on the outside, and does he manage to get this done? Nope. We give each other room because we've been giving each other room. We'll race because we're aware of each other, that we know we're all sort of decent fellows around this sort of stuff. So he's going to go for this corner I'm absolutely terrible at. Doesn't go for it. Just tries to show in the mirror. What do I do? About the same again. My entry's really, really tame, so I'm really scared of looping it. He's got a really good run as we come into the Lesmos. I know from other circuits that you can just drive on the outside because there's exit rumble strip, like Alton and Brands spring to mind. And yeah, this is the same again. I keep an outside line, and I'm able to get a run down. This is what I was a little bit surprised at. His real tight entrance through that Lesmo 2 meant he didn't get as good a run as I thought. I just thought he would monster me, but instead he tucks behind, looks for the reverse for I think this is Scary. Does he go through with it? No, he doesn't. So yeah, much better run from him. I touch a curb, that screws me up a little bit. He's now got the outside, because I'm going to hold the inside on defence. And yeah, I'm just sort of feeling it once again, the space. And is he, if he gets this one, is he going to, no, I just roll in on the brakes. It's good that he's leaving me room to do that. Obviously, it would be a lot more risk for him to close that for me, because he might get punted and I might have an accident because I just wouldn't be able to avoid him. But he's just done a little slingshot and he's going to get a hell of a run on me now. I go defensive early. This is the start of lap number 27. Yeah, just sort of feeling over, trying to hold. Yeah, look at that. He's fully done. Do I roll him under the brakes again? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think we're both perfectly adept at going both sides. I sit him down a little bit here. And yeah, he's still absolutely tucked up behind me. It all seemed like the same thing. It felt like the same thing every lap, and it's just like, you know, I'm not trying to squeeze. I'm just trying to show him a little bit. I'm trying not to be too cheeky, but I think he's got me on the brakes here. Is he? No, I still roll it in. I'm crap here, so he's gonna. Yeah, look at that. He's nailed me. There's no way I'm gonna keep alongside, so I give up. So I tuck in. So this is the first time he's ahead. And he's going to just roll through the Lesmos now. I was bricking it at this point because I knew that if he got up to speed, I would never see him again. And I didn't really want a boring race. So I'm really kind of diving into the corners a little bit. Maybe, actually, to be fair, I'm following him and I'm probably remembering how to drive this quite quick just by following him, to be honest with you. Because up until then, I'd been just dropping back with really bad, rubbish driving. I don't think I look for this one. I just sit behind him. Yeah, I think I'll go down a bit too early there. Oh, look at that rubbish cornering. He's shot off. Look at that, he's disappeared. That's probably a reason why he was catching me, because he can actually take that corner quite well. What do I do on the brakes into this corner? You can see the toe. There is a little bit of toe. So I'm down on the brakes. I'm hustling to this corner. In third gear, oh, that's a bit cheeky. All the fast boys probably don't need to drop it that much, but I think I needed to get the proper front in on it. And yeah, I I think I gained a little bit there, but we'll see how much I go up. This is further down, and I've caught him and I'm doing him on the outside. So yeah, that was probably a bit cheeky for me. I thought he was clear, and I thought I'd just be able to just resume the race in line. Don't think it worked like that. This is further up into lap number 28 now, because that basically, that contact for me backed him up for like about a lap or so, but it takes about a lap number 28, and he's back on me. So, start at lap number 29. He's fully breezing past me now. Almost gets it done into turn number 1. Yeah, once again, as I said, this is like Groundhog Day. Do get the outside line on this one. That was quite cleanly Noah arcing it into that corner. Yeah, I get the better exit, tucking it again, and it's just like the previous a million laps before. He'll sit in my toe and go for it again. I mean, to be fair, this is quite a lot of pressure from probably both of us, and apart from that one chop I did on him, we've not had any real sort of contact. He did pass me here before. I managed to hold the outside this time. I do slap the curb, but he also gets a little bit of a slide on, so he hasn't blown past me. Look in the background, that's Paul Goffin, the boosted BMW. I knew that guy was catching. My kind of window on how to get involved and how long to carry all this out for is basically until that guy catches me, because I didn't want 2 BMWs on me. And this is now, he's trying the outside again. I think it's maybe just trying to cut back. Yeah, it's probably quite a good corner for me, about as good as I get that corner anyway. But he's now, yeah, an absolute slingshot. And we'll go into lap number 30. Remember, the finish line is at the start of this straight. It's not all the way down the end like the start line. So that's going to come into play. And I knew that as well. That's a very Monza thing. This guy is now on my toe. Paul Goffin behind. He's still looking at this. I think if this would have gone on another 3-4 laps, it would have been hell. I don't think I'd have held it, because I think Goffin and Clark would have absolutely had me. They're far too strong. I've very much got Stuart driving at my pace here. I think he's enjoying it. I mean, this would have been a boring race for both of us otherwise. I was slipping back and he was driving forward, but you know, not going to race in. Alongside again. Yeah, I completely balls that up, but he's... Oh yeah, I'll tell you what, I did well to keep that away from him, really. I could have... that could have been pushed out right into him. So yeah, good. But that's the fun of this series, is that people are kind of nice to each other. I did see, actually, earlier in the race, another Aston hit that curb and bash out the championship leader, which I thought was a little bit cheeky. She should probably left a little bit of room, but... Apart from that, I don't think I've seen much other aggressive driving, really. This has got to be the penultimate time down in Wascari, so I mean, I've not got many more chances to cock this corner up. Also, I'd only used like about a handful of off tracks as well, so I knew that I had some off tracks to give me. I think I had about 15 that I could use up, and sometimes you use those up in like tactical chances. Like, so for that corner example, you know, for Ascari, you've got the curb on the right hand side, and if you just take those bumps, you get an off track, but you open the corner up a little bit more to make it less terrible than it normally is for a man of my calibre. But we're rolling round into the last lap, and this looks like this is probably quite a good little gap from us, really. I mean, yeah, he's going to get alongside, but he's not. I don't think he's going to get past alongside, if that makes sense. So how defensive do I go? I just hold a line, I think. Yeah, hold a line, wait for him to move, and then try to work out what you're going to do there, really. I wasn't trying to cut him off there. Once again, look how tight. Goffin must be like, oh, one more lap. Oh, sorry, Gosling must be like, one more lap. You've had that when you were like in a... If I was in Paul's place, if I was as quick as Paul, you know, you're chasing down, going, go on, guys, just smash each other off last lap. Give me 2 freebies, you know. It's like I went over the curb there. I did quite well not to stick that in the gravel, to be honest with you. Oh boy, he's got... Oh, so this is Paul on board. So he's looking at the fight now. I think there's a bit of an arty shot, really. It doesn't really show us much. I thought that I'd missed Lesmo 1, to be fair, and I thought Stuart might have the run on me here, but yeah, Celevi looks like he's just lining me up here. The question is, on your last lap, he's never been alongside and past by the start of the last corner. So, I don't know what that shot was, I think. Did it? Yeah, it disappeared, that's fine. So, really, he's got to kind of rethink how he does this, or just hope I make a mistake at the last corner, really. Which can happen, because, you know, pressure makes those kind of things, isn't it, really? There's another car. That's probably the one Aston Martin I want to avoid on this grid, to be absolutely honest with you. It doesn't look like he's dropping any further back, which is alright, although I wouldn't mind a freebie at this point. I just certainly didn't want him to get involved. So yeah, last car I'm just holding him off, and then yeah, back on in my silly little tight line because I'm rubbish. It looks like he's got a move on me. I was bricking it at this point because I was looking out my rift thinking, is he got me or not? Because there's a big old bonnet on that car. And yeah, I think I just held it. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to Stuart Clark for being awesome to race alongside and with and in and out and all that kind of stuff. This video is kind of really only for Dave because he doesn't like to read all the captions, so hope you enjoyed it, Dave. I will put a link to the amazing broadcast by Shaz Dracot Media in the description of this channel, and I hope you all now immediately go on to iRacing and have races like this. Bye-bye.